Have you ever wondered where the limits of greatness lie on our planet? It's not just about the absolute height of Everest, but the sheer ferocity of the terrain. Imagine mountains where the ground doesn't just rise, it surges vertically toward the sky, compressing thousands of meters of elevation into an impossibly short distance. Today, we're exploring these giants, the walls of rock and ice that defy every definition of steepness. Brace yourselves, because what you're about to see will take your breath away. And if you love discovering the extraordinary wonders of our world, don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our journey. Let's begin. 8. Denali, Alaska, USA. Our journey begins in the frozen wilderness of Alaska, where a lone titan reigns supreme, Denali. Standing at 6,190 meters above sea level, Denali may not be the world's highest peak when compared to Everest. However, its true power lies in the way it rises. Unlike many high peaks that sit atop high-altitude plateaus, Denali thrusts vertically from low tundras and forests, just a few hundred meters above sea level. This means that from base to summit, Denali boasts a continuous vertical rise of 5,500 meters, a staggering figure that far exceeds the base-to-peak rise of Mount Everest. You can feel that sheer steepness instantly. There are no high valleys, no intermediate plateaus, just a relentless ascent up slopes of snow and ice. Denali's north face, known as the Wickersham Wall, is one of the highest continuous ice walls on the planet, plunging over 4,000 meters in a single drop. The isolation and extreme verticality of Denali amplify its harshness, turning every expedition into a true battle for survival. 7. Machapuchare, Nepal, the sacred and untouched fishtail. Leaving the icy wilderness of Alaska, we travel halfway across the globe to the heart of the mystical Himalayas in Nepal, where Machapuchare stands tall. Reaching a height of 6,993 meters, Machapuchare is famous for its sharp, double-peaked summit resembling a fish's tail. It stands apart from the main Annapurna ranges, not blending in, but commanding its own space. What makes Machapuchare so unique on this list is the way it surges abruptly from the subtropical valleys below, which sit at an elevation of only about 800 meters. From there, Machapuchare gains over 6,000 vertical meters within an incredibly short horizontal distance. There is no high plateau, no gradual approach. The climb begins almost immediately from low terrain, and the steepness never truly relents. This mountain feels immense not because of its absolute altitude, but because so much elevation is gained so rapidly, creating a razor-sharp silhouette. Fascinatingly, Machapuchare remains an officially unconquered peak. After a British expedition in 1957 stopped just 46 meters short of the summit to respect local beliefs, the Nepali government officially closed the mountain forever, preserving its pristine and sacred beauty. 6. Mount Thor, Baffin Island, Canada, the absolute vertical face. Next, we travel to a place where the concept of steep is completely redefined, Mount Thor on Baffin Island, Canada. While it stands at only 1,675 meters, not nearly as massive as the 8,000-meter giants, Mount Thor possesses a feature that no other mountain can claim: the world's greatest purely vertical drop. This cliff face features a staggering 1,250-meter sheer drop. And even more incredibly, it has an average inward angle of 105 degrees. Yes, you heard that right. It actually overhangs. This means if you were to drop a stone from the summit, it wouldn't hit a single thing on its way down for over a kilometer. It is a sanctuary for the world's most daring climbers, a technical and mental challenge that few dare to face. Mount Thor isn't just a steep mountain. It is a colossal stone pillar that seems to defy the laws of physics, a true symbol of absolute verticality on our planet. 5. Annapurna I, Nepal, the deadly south face. Returning to Nepal, we come to a name shrouded in both legend and tragedy: Annapurna I. This 8,091-meter peak forms the western anchor of the Annapurna Massif, looming directly above the Kali Gandaki Valley, one of the deepest gorges in the world. From the valley floor at approximately 2,500 meters, Annapurna surges over 5,500 meters in a relatively short horizontal span. The most striking feature of Annapurna is its south face. It rises continuously for about 3,000 meters, forming one of the largest and steepest mountain faces on the planet. It is this very feature that has defined Annapurna's deadly reputation. While it was the first 8,000-meter peak ever summited in 1950, that success came at a heavy price. Since then, Annapurna has become infamous for having the highest fatality rate among all major Himalayan peaks. Constant avalanches, collapsing seracs, ice towers, and unstable slopes have claimed the lives of many elite climbers. Annapurna is not just steep, it is a brutal ordeal where every mistake can cost you your life. 4. Dhaulagiri I, Nepal, the opposite giant. Right across the Kali Gandaki Gorge, facing Annapurna, another giant rises with equal ferocity, Dhaulagiri I. Standing at 8,167 meters, this is one of the world's highest peaks. Together with Annapurna, they form two colossal walls, staring at each other across one of the deepest valleys on the planet, with the river flowing far, far below. Much like Annapurna, Dhaulagiri towers over 5,600 meters from the valley floor at 2,500 meters. However, instead of being dominated by a single face like Annapurna's south face, Dhaulagiri's steepness is distributed across the entire massif. Its slopes surge powerfully from all sides, forming a massive and expansive pyramidal block. As you approach from the valley, there is no sense of a gradual incline. The terrain ramps up rapidly, and the summit seems to be stacked directly atop the river corridor below. Interestingly, Dhaulagiri was once thought to be the highest mountain in the world before more accurate surveys were conducted. It was first conquered in 1960 by a Swiss-Austrian expedition, a historic climb that marked the first time an aircraft was used for resupply in a Himalayan ascent. Dhaulagiri is a testament to how steepness can envelop an entire mountain, turning it into a natural fortress. 3. Haramosh Peak, Pakistan, the wall above the Indus. We now move west into the Karakoram range of Pakistan, where the terrain becomes sharper, more arid, and even more compressed. Here, one of the world's great rivers, the Indus, carves a path directly along the base of the mountains, leaving almost no gap between the valley floor and the summits. This is where Haramosh Peak reigns supreme. Standing at 7,409 meters, Haramosh is isolated and compact, rising as a single massive block rather than part of an expansive range. What earns Haramosh a spot on this list is the staggering elevation it gains from such low ground. At its base, the Indus River flows at an altitude of only about 1,100 to 1,200 meters. From there, Haramosh surges over 6,000 meters in one continuous, relentless rise. There is virtually no transition zone between the valley floor and the high-altitude terrain. The slopes and cliffs soar directly from the valley, forcing climbers to confront treacherous terrain almost immediately. Haramosh gained notoriety in 1957 following a British expedition that ended in tragedy, becoming one of the most famous cautionary tales in the history of Karakoram mountaineering. Haramosh is a testament to how a mountain can compress over 6,000 meters of vertical gain into a brief, unforgiving ascent. 2. Rakaposhi, Pakistan, the vertical drop over civilization. Still in northern Pakistan, we visit a valley where villages, roads, and farmland sit directly beneath a colossal wall of ice and rock. Here, the mountain doesn't hide behind foothills or outer ranges. It reveals itself entirely, dominating the landscape from the valley floor up. This is Rakaposhi. Standing at 7,788 meters, Rakaposhi towers over the Hunza Valley, where towns and fields lie almost directly under its massive slopes. Unlike many great peaks that are partially obscured by surrounding ridges, Rakaposhi is fully exposed, commanding the valley from the moment it comes into view. What places Rakaposhi high on this list is the sheer amount of elevation it gains in one continuous sweep. The Hunza River flows at an altitude of about 1,700 to 1,800 meters. From that valley floor, Rakaposhi surges approximately 6,000 meters within a horizontal distance of only 11 kilometers. There are no major breaks in the terrain. The mountain rises almost uninterrupted from valley to summit, and it is often cited as the only peak on Earth with a direct, unbroken drop of nearly 6,000 meters. Rakaposhi proves that steepness can be visible and overwhelming, offering a full-scale view of its magnitude right from its very base. 1. Nanga Parbat, Pakistan, the ultimate killer mountain. Finally, we conclude our journey of the world's steepest mountains at the place where vertical rise reaches its absolute extreme. Still following the Indus River, the terrain tightens even further, and a mountain stands in complete isolation at the western edge of the Himalayas, Nanga Parbat. Standing at 8,126 meters, Nanga Parbat is nicknamed the Killer Mountain due to its tragic history. What places it at the top of this list is the sheer scale and intensity of its vertical ascent. Along the Indus River, the valley floor sits at an elevation of only about 1,100 to 1,200 meters. From that point, Nanga Parbat surges over 7,000 meters within an incredibly short horizontal distance. There is nowhere else on Earth where a mountain gains such massive altitude so abruptly from such low-lying land. The most extreme expression of this rise is the Rupal face on the mountain's southern side. It towers approximately 4,600 meters in a single, continuous wall of rock and ice, making it one of the largest mountain faces on the planet. From the valley below, this face consumes the entire horizon. Even today, Nanga Parbat remains an unforgiving challenge. Its sheer cliffs, unstable glaciers, and direct ascent from the Indus River mean that every mistake can cost a life. Nanga Parbat is the ultimate definition of a steep mountain, utterly dominating everything in its surroundings. And so, we've reached the end of this breathtaking journey, exploring mountains that aren't just tall, but unbelievably steep. Each of these peaks stands as a colossal wall, a magnificent challenge issued by nature itself. After everything you've just seen, the question is, which mountain on this list felt the steepest to you? And is there another peak out there that you believe deserves a spot on this list? Share your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. I'm looking forward to reading your perspectives. And once again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to join me in discovering more of the world's extraordinary wonders. Thank you for watching.